Hey everyone, and welcome to World Heritage Journey, where today we're at the Curonian Spit in Lithuania and Russia. So today we're at the Curonian Spit, a long, narrow, sandy peninsula between the Baltic Sea and the coastlines of Lithuania and Russia. Now it's about 100 kilometers long, about 5 kilometers across at the widest point, and it's the largest sand dune in all of Europe. It's a really unique landscape because it's a sand dune, but it's also covered in forests, and it's home to some really unusual human settlements as well for the last several thousand years. Let's check it out. So this is the small town of Nida, about halfway down the spit, and it's as far south as we can go because just south of here, over the hill, is the Russian border and we're not allowed in there. But this is a really great example of a traditional fishing village, the way people have lived here for thousands of years, though of course it has developed into a modern town. The house that I'm standing in front of is a traditional style fisherman's cottage, wooden walls with a thatched reed roof. Though of course it is a modern reconstruction as well. And I find it really interesting that people have lived here basically in this way for thousands of years, depending almost entirely on fishing for their income. Behind me is one of the distinguishing features of the boats that were used at the fishing villages here on the Curonian Spit, and they're weathercocks unique to each boat. Because there were so many villages and so many fishing boats, they all had a unique one, almost like a license plate that we have on our cars today. There's various designs that are specific to each town and to each boat, and on top the fisherman could have whatever he wanted, whether it was mythological symbols, whether it was his house or his church. It's just, a really great example of folk art, and I find it really fascinating. Now I'm standing here in quite an unusual spot on the spit because it's a real reminder of the danger of living on sand dunes. Because in the 18th century the area was becoming more and more popular, more people would move to the area, and the trees here were getting cut down to use as logs for building more houses and other buildings. Because of that, the winds were fiercer and there was less to stop the sand from moving around. And eventually an entire village was buried in sand. The village was originally not too far from this spot, and there's a memorial behind me dedicated to those who lost their livelihoods. Well, it's been an interesting World Heritage site, though I will admit it's been a bit difficult to understand at times, because although the most interesting feature here is the sand dunes, it's actually on the World Heritage list because of the settlements here and how people have lived in difficult conditions and made their livelihoods over the millennia. So it has been a bit difficult, but it has still been interesting. But that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Joel on the road, and I'll see you at the next World Heritage site.